We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Nelson. First of all, Nelson's got a great looking home theater.
Mm-hmm.
If you're seeing these images and you're not going, oh, I wish that was my home theater, then you were wrong, because this is a great looking home theater. I don't know what that big white box is yet, but we're going to find out, and I don't necessarily love the placement of the subs, but we'll get there. Nelson's room is 20 feet by 15 by 8. He recently replaced his pair of Vandersteen V2W subwoofers with a pair of dual SVS PB16-Ultras, which are those massive things in the corners.
The largest model that SVS sells, the new PB16-Ultras.
It's about 2 model sizes bigger than he needed, maybe 3. To be honest with you, this is not that big of a room,
It's
but
way bigger than he needs for this
I
room.
respect your decision, sir. Anyways, he tried a few different locations for the subs, and he ran Odyssey Multi-QXT32 from his Marantz AV8802A Pre-Pro. On the plus side, overall output and minimal distortion are incredible, I guess. How do you even hear them when you barely turn them on? The volume knobs, he's just like, click. All right, that's enough. Back off.
Yup.
-12
I know
on the
that.
trim. Rob lives your exact situation, except his room's even smaller, I think.
Yeah.
On the plus side, blah, 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 blah. And when extremely low frequencies hit, he feels as though he's in the middle of the scene, and it's a new, amazing experience for him, and possibly fracturing bones in his collar. But we'll see. On the minus side, it does seem to him that his old V2Ws provided more of a punch in the mid-bass. For example, when drums are pounding, he felt more of a punch with his Vandersteens than he's feeling right now with his PB16-Ultras. So what gives? Is there a way to make the SVSs sound similar to with drums to the way his Vandersteens used to?
Yes.
I'm sure there is. Turn off Odyssey?
Oh, no, you don't have to do that.
You could give it. I mean, you could, especially with the Odyssey. He's got a new one, right?
He doesn't. He can leave Odyssey where it is. The SVSs themselves have a parametric EQ built in.
Oh, that's
3-band parametric EQ. You give yourself a little bump in the mid bass, which is try probably if you're talking drums between 50 and 80 hertz. Give yourself a little bump between 50 and 80 hertz. You can use the parametric EQ that's available in the SVS subwoofers themselves. And there you go. You got your kick drum back.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that your older subs, I mean, the older subs, they cut off at about 35 hertz. They probably distorted a little bit more, too, to be honest. Yeah. This is a very common thing. We've mentioned this before. You get 2 well-placed, well-set-up, excellent subwoofers, and you think your bass got quieter. That is a very common effect.
Happened to me.
Yep. Happened to me, too. So very, very common effect, and a lot of that is actually due to a lack of distortion. It can also be due to a lack of non-uniform bass. Now that you have, 2 subs that are positioned really well, although you had 2 before, so maybe that was already the case. But yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying, I want a little bit more mid-bass kick. You throw a little parametric EQ in there, and voila. So right. To me, this is not really a downside or a challenge. It's completely possible to do what you want to do.
Yes. And when you said, oh, I'm not hearing as much of this in there, whenever somebody gets dual subs and said, hey, my old subs had more of this in there, I'm like, yeah, distortion. They did. That's right. And you got used to it. Right? Or unevenness. And you liked it more.
Well, especially when they're like, everything used to shake and keep shaking after the bass sound stopped. I'm like, that's not actually a desirable thing.
That's not
right?
what you want.
So,
that's not the thing. No. It's like saying,
we get it. We totally get it. So
So yeah, and if it's your preference, knock it out, dude. We're not going to judge you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Chances are, though, those SVSs are a little bit more linear, and that's why you're not hearing the
and
thing
they have
that user
no distortion. I mean, especially with how quiet relative to how loud they can play in your room size. They're like, am I even on? Yeah, I'm on.
I know. You know what I want to do? I know this is bad, but I almost want him to like turn them all the way up. And then
God.
Use a harmony remote to press play from the other room, during like the opening scene of like pick a Star Wars movie, right? And then just don't go in the room because you will throw up all. Yeah, you will
Jeez.
throw up. Can you imagine though? Come on,
Stuff's
tell me
coming
that
off the
wouldn't be
walls.
worth it.
He's gonna
you
break
know you
that-
want to.
Gonna break that nice little amplifier that's sitting between his speakers there. So
I won't break the amplifier. It'll be fine. Might cause structural damage.
Yeah.
To your room. That is not even a joke. You will flex the walls. You should
stuff
see.
off walls. Yep.
Empty the room first. His room is so pretty though. So you
It
come back in here, and all the pictures are tilted to the side. They're all askew, right? 3 of them are on the ground. A plant has exploded. It's totally worth it. If you don't walk in and go, "That was worth it," then you're not an AVRanter. I'm sorry. All right. You've been tasked, sir. Go get out there and do it. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.